Hi, welcome. My name is Siddharth Shankar Mishra, and in this tutorial, we will see how we can customize the ASP.NET identity. ASP.NET identity is by default added in ASP.NET MVC template when you choose the individual user account. We will add some custom fields in the ASP.NET identity database tables, and we will also change the names of those tables. So for that, first of all, create a new ASP.NET project. So go on File, New Project, select ASP.NET Web Application, and give it name Identity Custom, and OK. Now select MVC and make sure it is individual user account, because we are going to customize this individual user accounts, which is provided by ASP.NET identity. So click on OK. Now Visual Studio will create a MVC application with the individual user accounts, which will provide authentication and authorization for our project. So this is the ASP.NET default ASP.NET MVC application, and here in the here's the models folder, and here's the controllers folder. Here's the account controller, and this controller class contains the logics like login and registration. And here is the model class for the identity. See, here it is using Microsoft ASP.NET Identity and Microsoft ASP.NET Identity Framework. Here is our class, that is application user. This class is inherited from the identity user class, which is provided by the ASP.NET Identity. Right now, this application does not have any database, because when you create the ASP.NET MVC application, the database is not created. In the older time, you have to create a database from yourself with the help of SQL Server Management Studio. But now Microsoft has a new feature called local DB. Local DB is really very helpful for developers who want to focus their attention only on development. So when you create a MVC application and when you run it for the first time, the .NET frameworks search for a database, and if it doesn't find a database, it creates a database with the help of local DB. So right now there is not any database. So for creating database for our application, we will run this project. So Control F5. Control F5 is used for running the application without debugging. And here is our home page, and here is the link for register and for login. So come here on the register link and create new account. So like foo@foo.com, and now Now behind the scene, it is creating a database, and it is creating also the tables and filling that tables with the data that we have provided for the registration. So here we have successfully registered and logged in. Now log off and close this. Now we can see our database here in the Server Explorer. See, here it is the default connection, that is our identity custom, which is our project name. And if we go inside this database and inside the tables, here is the tables which are generated by ASP.NET identity. I will make it not auto hide, and let me expand this. Yes, these are the table names, that is roles, user claims, user logins, users roles, and ASP.NET users. And these are the fields of these of this table, and this table maps to our this identity model class, that is application user. So for customizing the ASP.NET identity, first of all you have to enable the migrations in .NET. What is migration? Migration keeps tracks of the changes in your database schema or fields. So for enabling the migration, which is not enabled by default, you have to go to the package manager console. You can go to this from the tools and the NuGet package manager and package manager console, and here you can type enable migrations. Let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah, enable migrations, and now hit enter. Now this will enable migrations for this database, and when successfully enabled, it will create a folder for the migrations. So here, see, it says that code first migrations enabled for project identity custom, and here should be a folder name migration. Yeah, here it's the migrations, and it is the initial migration. Means this shows the initial state of your database. And now if we want to add custom fields in our ASP.NET users class, for the profile information or anything, then you have to add some C# properties in your application user class. So let's say we want to add first name, or no, not first name, and let's say father name. So string and father name, and let us add one more field, that is address. Now save this and build the project. Now we have added these two fields properties in our ASP application user class. Now we have to add migrations because we are changing something. So here we can write add migration and give this migration a name. Means say added fields. in table, and you can just hit enter, and it will create a new migration, that is added fields in table. Now it has just created a migration, but it has not applied this migration on your database. Now to apply this change in your database, you have to update your database. So for that, you can say like update database, and just hit enter, and it's saying that it has successfully applied the added field in table to your database. So if we come to our table and refresh it, you can see here it has added father name and the address. So now if you are not happy with the table names that are created by the identity, you can also change these table names according to your need. So for that, you have to come here in the application DB context class. Application DB context is a kind of manager which holds the responsibility for connecting to the database and applying any changes, or you can just set any kind of setting in the application DB context class. So come here and right here type protected override and on model creating. Now this method will be called during the creation of the model, means creation of your database, and here we can override the names of the data tables. So right here, come here and say model builder dot entity, and our SPNet users class is our application user class. So here in the entity, right, application user and dot to table, and I would like to name it as account. Now this table also has a primary key called ID. Now if you want to change this, like many developers like to change it like table name and ID, like account ID, then you can just go here and write property and p dot ID, and that has column name, and write whatever you want to name it, like account ID. So now this will change the your primary key ID name to the account ID. Now let's change other table names. Entity identity user claim, and claim that to table write ATN user claim, and you can change all the other fields like this, or table names like this, and after changing all the names of the tables, you can build a solution and come here, and now you can add migration you can add this migration to this earlier added field table, just right here, added field table right here, but I will add it to another migration. So just write like changed table name. So now enter, and it has added the migration change table name. Now we can just update database and just hit enter. And now if we come to our tables folder and refresh it, you can see ASP.NET users class table is renamed as account table, and our ID is renamed as account ID. So let's run the application and see that if everything is working fine or not. Come here to the log. And in the email write who and the password, login. See here, we have successfully logged in. It means our database is working fine. There is not any error in this. So this was the basic of how you customize ASP.NET identity and add some profile data or change the table names in ASP.NET identity. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.